Chapter 14. During the reign of Amraphel, king of Babylon, he allied with 3 other kings, Arioch, king of Elasar, Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, and Tidal, king of Goyim. These 4 kings went to war against 5 kings, Bera, king of Sodom, Bersha, king of Gomorrah, Sinab, king of Admah, Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar. Kedorlaomer had oppressed these 5 kings for 12 years until they rebelled against him in the 13th year. They all became regional allies in the valley of Siddim, which is now the Dead Sea. In the 14th year, Kedorlaomer went to war with his allied kings. They defeated the Rephites, the Ashtaroth Karnaim, the Zuzites in Ham, the Emites in Shavah Kiriathim, the Horites in the hill country of Seir, as far as El Paran, near the desert. Then they turned back and attacked En-Mishpat, that is, Kadesh, and subdued all the country of the Amalekites and the Amorites who lived in Hazazon Tamar. Then the king of Sodom, the king of Gomorrah, the king of Admah, the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, that is Zoar, marched out in battle formation in the valley of Siddim. There they faced off against Kedorlaomer, king of Elam, Tidal, king of Goyim, Amraphel, king of Babylon, Arioch, king of Eleasar, 4 kings against 5. Now the valley of Siddim was full of tar pits, and as the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah and their armies retreated from the battle and fled, some of them fell into the tar pits, and the rest fled to the hill country. The 4 victorious kings captured all the possessions and all the food of Sodom and Gomorrah and left. They captured Lot, Abram's nephew, who had been living in Sodom, and took him and all his possessions. One who escaped came to Abram the Hebrew and told him what had happened to Lot. Abram was living by the oaks of Mamre, the Amorite. Mamre had 2 brothers, Eshcol and Aner, who were allied by treaty with Abram. When Abram heard that his nephew Lot had been taken captive by the 4 kings, he mobilized all the men in his camp, 318 in all, who had been born and trained in his own household. And he pursued the invaders as far north as Dan. Then during the night, Abram strategically divided his forces and defeated them. His forces attacked them and routed them as far as Hobah, north of Damascus. He recovered all the stolen possessions and brought back his nephew Lot, together with the women and all the prisoners. After Abram returned from defeating Kedorlaomer and the kings who were with him, the king of Sodom went out to meet Abram at the valley of Shaveh, known as the King's Valley, and Melchizedek, who was both priest of the Most High God and the king of Salem, brought out to Abraham bread and wine. He spoke over him a special blessing, saying, "Blessed is Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, whose power delivered your enemies into your hands." Abram gave Melchizedek 1/10 of all he possessed. Then the king of Sodom said to Abram, "Just give me the people you rescued. Keep all the spoils for yourself." But Abram said to the king of Sodom, "I raised my hand to Yahweh, God Most High, and I pledged a solemn oath to the possessor of heaven and earth that I would keep nothing for myself that belongs to you, not even a thread of a garment or sandal strap. That way you will never be able to say, 'I was the one that made Abram rich.' I will take nothing except what my young men have eaten and the share of those who went with me. Aner, Eshcol, and Mamre, let them take their share."